Right, so I'm going to try and teach you one thing, or tell you one thing. I did an English degree, so it's like the only thing that's probably of any interest or value. You all seem to do proper things. And that was all very good, I thought, by the way. First of all, something I need to tell you. No, too soon? Okay, that's fine. That's okay, too soon, I get that. We'll come back to that bit. Before we dig into that, I'm Max, Tatton-Brown. I work in like technology PR and social and all the stuff. That means Max TB all over the place. Cognitive poetics is what I'm going to talk to you about. And it's an English language thing, and it's probably the most interesting thing I did in my degree. And it's because the problem with English, generally, is it's this. It's a book club. You sit around saying, oh, I love this bit, you know, that made me feel this. And you just couldn't do that with any other academic subject. And so this cognitive poetics thing, and specifically text world theory, which we'll get onto, says this. Your cognitive experiences are the only way that you actually understand language. So otherwise it's just squiggles, you know? When you read words, something's happening in here that makes you feel those things. And, you know, if you do an English degree, that's very, very good fun. So that's you. And this is going to blow your mind. I will blow your mind. Except I won't blow your mind because you can't blow people's minds with words. It doesn't work like that. Yep, that's the next slide. That's good. So I'm going to blow your mind. If we look at that sentence, that's, you know, what I just said, and exactly the right slide to be on. And if you are just filling time for 15 seconds, then you get to a wonderful illustration of this. So this is you, as I said, and this is out here as well. Cold, hard reality. And the reason when I say I blow your mind, I'm going to blow your mind with this, doesn't work, is because, you know, cold, hard reality, words, ideas, thoughts, concepts, you know, they're very, very clearly separate things. However, there's a process by which you hear, you know, blow your mind, and it happens in your head, you know, you actually experience that though, it's a cognitive thing. And that's what I'm going to explain to you in the next second. So again, yeah, not like I could put the same slide in 3 times or anything, but if I'm going to teach you one thing, it's that in this lecture. Your cognitive experience is the only way to understand language. So if you go through that sentence again, as you read those words, or as you hear those words, I'm going to blow your mind, you go, I, so me, I'm the origin, you're going to map all the rest of these words onto as you experience them. I'm going to blow, let's skip over that, your mind, and in your head you kind of go your mind, and so what you're doing is you're literally experiencing what that means in your head. I'm going to blow your mind. So another example would be, a nicer example, I think, I'm in love. So as you read these words, the same thing happens. You start with I am, and you know it's the origin, and you map on in love. And what's happening is you go me again, and your brain just lashes out and grabs all those concepts and what love means to you, you know, what your experiences of it are. And it's different for every person, it's different context. But you feel it a little bit because that's the only way to understand it, basically. So, I'm in love, but the sentences don't always end there. So, let's say it keeps going like that, and suddenly it changes the meaning entirely. So, I'm in love with your wife, you now map that back onto love, back onto me as the origin of the whole thing, and you get a different understanding, more like a dark screen, or, you know, just an imagining of how this might work out. And actually, you don't need to have a wife for these to be true, because it's, you know, it's language. You still experience it as you read these words. So I'm in love with your wife. As I was saying, that's the origin at the top there. In love is world advancing, so it's moving the things already in there forward. And with your wife is world building, because it's, you know, adding a wife to it and creating a relationship. And then in Paris would also be world building. I didn't have time to make a mock-up of that. So if there's one thing I'm going to teach you, again, in, you know, the first 101 course, your cognitive experience is the only way for you to understand language. It's why it's so important. Even you read a press release, and all that's happening in your head. Yes, I used the same slide 3 times. And I think that's interesting, and it shows the kind of power of language. One other cool thing in cognitive poetics that's built around the same idea of these cognitive processes is you have, generally in language, these concepts of up being good and down being bad. Because, you know, if you turn someone upside down, or if you're falling down, reference there, if you do those things, you know it's bad, you know. So all bad concepts tend to be about down, and good concepts are up and are positive and kind of healthy. I hope I didn't use the same big text slide. No, good. So, anyway, I am in love with your wife, but it means nothing, which doesn't show up, at least to me. But, you know, to you guys, it means whatever your experiences are of those bits of that sentence as you read them, and you feel it. And I think that's an interesting thing about English, especially when it's a subject most people don't want to study, actually. So I'm Max TB, and there you go. That was some stuff. Thank you to Microsoft and you guys for listening to this, and your wife. No? Too far? Okay, forget that. Thank you.